What is up, guys? Hope everyone's having a good day. It's a beautiful day here in Indiana. Finally, spring has arrived. As you can see by the caption, this might not pertain to a lot of people because not a lot of people want to do this job. Or say you want to put polyurethane bushings, or you can even put solid bushings like aluminum. This is the time to do it. Or if you just want to change your rear sway bar, there's no videos online that shows how to do it. I'm by myself, so it's very hard to film, but I'm going to go over it. I just got it removed. The reason why I'm doing this is because I got a white line sway bar, and I think I installed it wrong the first time around, because now that I got rid of my coilovers and I went to air ride, and when I was compressing the suspension, the sway bar was actually hitting my camber arm, which I was like, dude, there's no way that should happen. So I was like, you know what? I bet you that sway bar is wrong. So turns out it was. It looked a lot cooler. I don't even know if you can see me anymore. It looked a lot cooler when it was up because I put white line decal on it. But I'll probably put a picture in right now and show you what it was before. And here is after. Like I said, it's probably dark, so I'll lighten it up for you guys. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, there's the camber arm. There's your caster arm. And then there's my airbag and everything, and my tow arm. Let's go over the bolts. Okay, these on the ends and right here are external Torx, I believe. Yeah, so you got this one, this. Yeah, that didn't turn out very well. It's not, I don't know if I'm going to get a new one or what. But yeah, I couldn't find my external bits, my external Torx bits. So I used a 12.14. I should have been more careful. The other ones were fine. Just that one I kind of got, you know, happy with my impact. But so we'll see. But anyways, just don't be like me, you guys. I'm just kidding. So yeah, there's one here, and there's one here, and then there's this bracket. If you can see the bracket, and there's two 16s that come up here. You might have to remove this little splash shield. That's what I did so I can get to them. And then there'll be another one right here. So there's total 2, 3, 4. So there's 8 bolts, I think. I don't know, online they said there was like 4, but I removed them all, and then I used my jack down there to just hold it all. You just gotta be careful of the hard lines and your brake lines, but I mean, I went down 2 or 3 inches and it's still loose. So the one thing you do need to do is undo your shock, because otherwise it won't come down. And there's this on OEM suspension, there's one down here, I think it's a 14. And then the brake, you gotta remove your brace and your exhaust. I mean, if you have an OEM exhaust, I feel bad for you because, yeah, let me darken this up a little bit because it's junk. There's my brace. It's not a stock brace, so I don't want to tell you what those are because they're probably different on mine. Custom V-band exhaust. So then again, I mean, OEM exhaust is crap. So use your judgment on that, but I think you do have to take your mufflers apart or drop them down at least. So it's not an easy process by any means. I haven't installed this air suspension on this side because I lost a fitting or something, so I had to go to the hardware store. But as you can see, that's how much I dropped it down. So I mean, all the lines are still loose, like I said, but this came down a lot easier than the other side with all the crap on it. But you really don't have much room. I mean, look at that. So I mean, if you're gonna replace the bushings, I mean, it's a lot of work, but you might as well just drop the whole thing, honestly. I know there's a write-up, a DIY on E90 Post about replacing these because they're kind of stubborn to get out. Use your judgment. I'm not going to change mine. Maybe down the road. I don't know. Honestly, I just really don't want to do it because this is enough work just to get to the sway bar. So if you have a couple weekends or whatever, maybe, or you got some buddies, then maybe you can knock it out. But yeah, that's how the sway bar should be. It should be down. Because what I was having a problem is when it was all the way, when I would crank it all the way up, to be like when I air out, the sway bar was on top and it was hitting my camber arm. So that was not good. So yeah, that was the problem. I was like, you know what, I really don't want to do this, but I have to. So all I got left is I'm gonna re-grease the bushings and then put the top hats or whatever you want to call them back on and tighten it down. And then on the other side, I'm gonna have to be really careful by myself because you got to feed this up into this plate, and then I got to feed the shock eye down into the groove. Yeah, so I might just put this on a tripod and do a time lapse, but I don't even know how much you're gonna be able to see. I gotta do those things first, like I said, and then we'll go to jacking it back up, and hopefully everything's fine. There's this crap everywhere. I mean, it's not fun at all, but hey, if I did it right the first time, I wouldn't be doing this. And yeah, the first time I don't think I dropped it as low because I was scared. This time I just sent it. I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm not, because nah, I won't get it. Okay, I'll show you. I punched my car because of that. I mean, I was by myself again, and it's very frustrating because a sway bar should not be that hard. I mean, it really shouldn't be. There's 4 bolts, and then the end links, and then you should maybe 30 minutes more, and it should be out. Not in this case. There's just so much crap. And this is an XI. So the OEM sway bar is like a toothpick. So that's why it's easier with the OEM one than that big. I think it's like a 25. I think it's something like, I think it's close to the M3, which the M3 is a direct fit. The only reason why I got the white line is because it was on the forum for like 80 bucks or something, so I bought it. Let's get into it, guys. Today was had its ups and its downs for sure. I'm excited that I got the freaking sway bar finally figured out. I ventured on to, I forgot I had this. It's a differential bushing. They are polyurethane. I should have never done it. Nope, I shouldn't have. I should have just stopped when I got the sway bar, put everything back together, and got the other side on, and started working on the finalizing the air, but I decided not to, and now dude, it's I don't know why people even do these. I mean, I don't even know why I bought it, honestly, because the work that it takes to do it, it's not worth it. It's really not. I mean, unless you're taking the subframe off, then yeah, but I don't want to take the subframe off. I just want to lower it. And I don't even know if you can see it. I rented this. It doesn't work. Some people say it works, but it doesn't. Unless you have the subframe off, it will work. But there's not enough room to use it with it on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these couplers, whatever you want to call them. See, like, excuse me, this one fits perfect. So I'll use these, but I'm going to get some all thread and use it as like a kind of a polar pusher. Use one of these ends. So yeah, but I use a chisel. You can kind of see it. But yeah, has not been fun. How you doing, Paul? I say that a lot, I feel like. It's not been fun. I did end up getting a fitting that Airlift did not send me. I bought off a forum member, and yeah, that was a big mistake. I'll show you. So the kit comes with these. It's 3/8. There is only, but it goes to a quarter. I need to another 3/8. So I have a 3/8, but it goes to a quarter. So I went to the hardware store. This is the only. I can't believe my local hardware store had it, but it's a quarter to a 3/8. Yeah, I can't believe they had that, but yeah. I don't know why the kit didn't come with this. stupid. I don't know, but yeah, I was the day started off amazing because they had that, so I didn't have to run to Lafayette. So I was like, yeah. And then I got my sway bar finalized, and that went smoothly. And then I did this, and that's when everything went to shit. So yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna go to the hardware store. Hopefully they have some all thread, and that's what I'm gonna get. And hopefully it works. Because if it doesn't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'm gonna have to drop the subframe, or I'm gonna bust out my grinder and go bust out my grinder and go crazy. I'm gonna play with Paul, and I will see you guys tomorrow. What's up, guys? Day 2. Just went to the hardware store, and this is what I picked up. And I already got it off, but this is what I picked up. Okay, so I got 1/2 inch, so just to match the bolt, so it thread in, and I got it by like 2 feet, and I ended up just cutting it with a grinder. And then this is how I did it. I got a hardened washer on both sides, a nylon lock on that one. And then I just did a regular one on this side. This is the side that I use my impact on. So say this is the front of the vehicle, okay? This is the side it came out of. So like a lip like this, anytime there's a lip, that's the side it's gonna go out, so you gotta push this way. So I use the impact on this side, and then I use my open end on this. And it came out right away. I mean, I did soak it in PB Blaster overnight, and all that carnage is from my air hammer. So I don't know if that helped, but man, it really came out easy. This side has to be big enough for this to go through, because this is the side you're pushing it, and this has to be just the right size to get some of this metal. So just keep that in mind, because you're pulling this way, so this has to be big enough for this to go in it. This has to be small enough to push it, because you don't want to push it by the rubber, because then it will just break the rubber. But it came right out. So this is the tool I rented. I mean, so it's free, and it only cost me $5 at the hardware store for that all thread. That's what I recommend. I mean, I think it's a grade 5, but it never broke. The washer, even the hardened washers, they did bend a little bit. My impact is that, here, I'll lighten it up for you, is that DeWalt. I'll show you. I just use the towel to protect my beautiful paint. But yeah, so it's gonna come out the other side. So this is the side that I put open wrench on. It came right out. There's 2 more. There's the front ones, which are the tiny ones. So they got the small washers and that big boy. This is the guy. It might be different on yours, but this is just what provided with white line. Just make sure that you're not supposed to grease the outside. I think it even says lubricate only. I don't know if you can really read that. Yeah, lubricate only the inside. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some like Windex or any glass cleaner, it's stuff that dries pretty quick, just so it goes on a little smoother. And then I'm gonna lube the inside for these spacers with their lubricant. Here's with it in. See, this is the side that I put just a regular nut on. This is actually installing it. So it didn't take much force. I used my impact, but I put it on a low setting. Pushing it in. See if I can get a good angle up here. Oh, I don't know if I can. I don't even know if I can get a good angle, guys. Hopefully you can see that. Some people drop their drive shaft, but I'm not doing this for long, so I'm barely just hanging it. I mean, obviously I got it supported, but yeah. So all I gotta do is take that off, and then put the nut in the washer and the bolt through, and tighten her down. And then I gotta move on to these. There's 2 of them, one there and then the other one's on the other side. Those should be pretty easy. What are you doing? Why are you just chilling on the gravel? I wish I had a lift. I was tightening the 2 bolts in the front of the rear axle, and piece of dirt or rock or something fell in my eye. Not feeling the greatest right now. Polly's being a good girl. Yes. Being a good girl. All these semis. Oh, what? Got something on the lens. One thing I want to tell you, to get to those back ones, you gotta drop the heat shield. And also, those bolts are smaller. So I used the 1/2 inch all thread for the rear one on the subframe. Well, the front ones for the rear axle are actually, I think you got to use like a 7/16. So I got to go get more all thread at the hardware store. I was gonna buy a smaller one and a bigger one. I should have. Kind of regret not doing that. But those should be pretty easy to do, as long as I don't get all kinds of crap in my eye again. I think I'm gonna wear safety glasses working underneath there. What are you doing? Polly's not feeling very good, are you? Nope. I think she hurt her foot, but she has adrenaline still, so when she wants to play, she goes, you know, she'll run, but if I put her inside, she won't even move. I don't know. And then her right foot, if you touch it, she whines. So hopefully she feels better tomorrow. She can take the day off tomorrow. But yeah, I got everything done. I'll show you right now. I hope you guys can see me. It's probably, the sun's going down, so it's getting dark. This side I started, yeah, I see, you can't see anything. Okay, I put the shock in. I got the sway bar and everything. I got it tightened down. Got the white line polyurethane bushings in. Got the heat shield back there. The rear diff brace, I actually made that. I don't know if the bushings changed something because it didn't line up. I actually had to pilot out the holes bigger on my brace. So that was fun. What's kind of crazy is that's paint and that's powder. I mean, there's really barely any difference. The only thing is that chip's so easy. God, that's powder as well. That's powder, 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 and then that's all paint. But yeah, that wraps it up, guys. Hey, Puppas, you want to play? You want to play? You need a rest. Yes, you need a rest. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. It was a great day to do it. It was like 69 degrees, 70 degrees. And my brother just changed his oil on his Buick. But yeah, great day to do it because tomorrow a cold front comes in. The high is going to be like 55 and rain. So, and like 20-mile-an-hour wind. So there's going to be, it's going to be not a fun day to work on anything. Isn't that right, Paul? No. That, I recommend, I mean, like I said, I only spent, if you can see the ball joint, U-joint press over there, I only spent $5 because all I had to do was buy the all thread and the bolts and the washers, and then I rented that. I get my money back after I return it. It's probably a good idea to buy something like that because this is my second time using it or third time using it. So yeah, I probably need to buy it because eventually when I do, I mean, I should have done the poly bushings and the whole subframe. Since I had it down so far, I should have just done it, but I didn't feel like spending the money right now because I've been spending on freaking air suspension and everything. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, do whatever you want. Hopefully this helped you guys. It's not easy. Just gotta have patience and time. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Send them off, Paul. Send them off. You tell them. Say you better like and subscribe. Tell them. Tell them, Paul. Say rough. Say like.